reported by The Sun. So there's a woman in South Africa, and her name is Aviwe. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Aviwe. She was desperate to lose weight in order to qualify for breast reduction surgery. She found out about a medical procedure that could help, and she decided to give it a try. Joey, what did this lady do to lose weight so that she could get her surgery done?
Uh, I have no clue whatsoever for this one. She definitely had to. She definitely had to eat something that could help her prevent or get weight loss or whatever. It's definitely got to. She ate something. She was told she had to eat something to help her with that.
I think in her case, she probably did the opposite, didn't eat anything. She got her jaw wired shut. And here is a clip courtesy of her TikTok, which is A_V19. Look at
Oh
this. This
man,
is real. So they actually call them slimming wires. They actually have a term for it. They call it slimming wires. Put it up again, Joel, because it goes really quick. Look at them putting that in. So they attach brackets to the teeth and then they wrap a wire through them and it keeps your jaw shut. She could only drink smoothies. And so she lost 31 pounds in 7 weeks because she could only have smoothies. That seems a little bit extreme. What do you think about slimming wires?
yeah, no, I'm not a fan. I think that would be more of a health hazard than anything. I
You'd think it's not the best situation, right?
No, I mean, I have a great appetite and I can eat really anything, but I don't think that there would be a situation where I can't control myself that I need to have my jaw wired shut so I don't eat.
Yeah, it's not that hard. I've been eating keto for like the last 3 months. I've been eating low carb,
Yeah,
and I dropped like 10 pounds. It's easy. It's not hard at all. I'm sure as hell not wiring my jaw shut. Not
yeah, no.
necessary. All right. So, have you ever tried any kind of a self help gimmick, whether it be for weight loss or better skin or better hair or any of the bullshit that you see on television? Have you ever tried any kind of self help gimmick?
Oh, I have.
Let's
Yeah,
hear it. What do you got? Give me some idea. Give me some
I've
examples.
done the smoothie diet. They say you can lose some weight. When I was that doesn't work. I even tried one time. It was a long while ago. It said like the whole fasting thing. And it got to the point where I was like seeing stars in the middle of the day. And I was like, this is not healthy at all.
How
No,
long
no.
were you fasting for?
I was doing like 4 to 6 hours.
That's all?
Yeah.
Because I intermittent fast every night.
Yeah.
So between like 7 p.m. and about 9 a.m. the next morning, I don't eat between
Yeah.
7 p.m. and 9 a.m. But it's because of my schedule with my kids. It's very easy. We have to have dinner by 7.
Oh,
I don't
wow.
eat breakfast till night. It's simple. So 4 to 6 hours, really, that was your limit with fasting.
Yeah. And I was having liquids and coffee, whatnot, but no food. And
Wow, wow. But you
yeah,
haven't fallen for any they have some really, really stupid bullshit. Like, do you remember the shake weight? Remember the
shake
shake
weight.
weight?
I've never tried it. I've always seen, I know people who have tried it. And they just
I
look
mean,
ridiculous doing
all men in their own way have tried it,
it.
but,
Yeah.
when I saw that, I thought, "Okay, who came up with this one, and what was the inspiration?" You know what I mean?
Funny story about that one. I've seen someone a long while ago. I saw someone using a shake weight on a subway, and it was the most uncomfortable thing I've ever. They were just there doing it, looking around at people like it was like a normal thing to do in public.
It must've been the shock. They were going for the shock factor.
Yeah, they definitely.
Maybe they're
Someone had to be
recording.
filming or something.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
would
yeah.
assume so, but yeah.
I remember an episode, might have been an episode of The Simpsons, where there was a guy and, like, his left forearm was puny and his right forearm was like Popeye the Sailor Man.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that dude created the shake weight.
Oh, absolutely.
That's what I'm thinking.
Has to be.
All right. It is time for story number one. The last one reported by NBC Miami. This is interesting. So there was a commissioners meeting in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, so that people could discuss and review a nearly $1 million contract for a waste processing plant that the city wanted to do. There was a group of people that attended the meeting because they wanted to propose what they felt was a better alternative way to spend that money. Right. So they wanted to tell city council instead of spending almost $1 million on this waste processing plant, how about you spend some of the money on this other thing instead? What idea do you think that this group proposed to city council in South Florida?
Oh man, well, I lived in Fort Lauderdale for like almost 16 years, so
Oh, okay.
I consider myself one of them, but I don't know. Depending on the response to this, whatever they ask for, I don't know if I do necessarily. Uh, if they were, it's got to be something for. I'm stumped. I'm stumped.
Okay, well, you never would have guessed this.
Yeah.
So it was a dominatrix group. They were asking for 250 grand to build an SMN dungeon. Here is a clip from the city commission regular meeting, courtesy of the city of Fort Lauderdale. And this is real. Check this out.
Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening, council peoples. You may call me mistress. I am here standing neutral to the motion approving an agreement for the proprietary purchase of yard waste processing and disposal. I do, however, find it interesting that you will spend almost $1 million to hide your secrets down the drain. Hiding that condom I know you used to cheat on your spouse with. So, I propose that you use a quarter of that mill to support doms and subs in Broward County, to build a dungeon created for us by us, the taxpayers and voting citizens. In closing, do not let this glamorous look distract you from doing your duty to take my demand. I look forward to spanking each and every single one of you at the new esteemed dungeon. You are dismissed.
Yeah. I want to go on the record and say I no longer claim to be from Fort Lauderdale. Knowing the area, knowing the type of people that are in South Florida and Broward County, doesn't surprise me, to be honest with you. There's a lot of
That doesn't surprise you.
craziness, There's a lot of money there, which brings a lot of craziness. And I guess you're wondering why all the left field sex stuff were coming to my mind. I think it's from living in South Florida, because you can see here, they're a little insane.
Well, city council had fun with that. And after those people left, the council members, they were asking each other, hey, are there any districts that currently have a dungeon? Like, what about that district? Do they have a dungeon, or does that district have a dungeon? They're having fun with it. Goes without saying, they're not spending money on an S&M dungeon. They're not going to do it. But fascinating situation. So last story, it's like, what question do I ask Joel Karni, but somehow related to this shit? So I'm going to try to keep it light. If you were going to ask your town council to build a structure for you, what kind of structure would it be, and what purpose would it serve?
So being in the wrestling realm, I would have to suggest I need a wrestling ring studio production setup, whether for me or to have other people come in. It would definitely be wrestling related. Have a ring set up. Maybe to do a podcast, who knows? But something with a wrestling ring set up there. That would be
fascinating. Fascinating. Yeah. That's actually a pretty good answer. I'd probably do the same thing. I'd probably look for either that or some kind of a structure to keep my kids in if I want to break.
Yeah.
So
I like that. And I invite TJ and Natty to come and do some lessons and do all the stuff they do out in Tampa. So
there you go. There you go. The Demon Diva can come down there.
Absolutely. And, she's first on my list.
Roses are red, violets are blue. I click the subscribe button. You really should too. If you like videos about real news stories that are funny, stupid, or weird, subscribe now.